Hi, love. Hello, and welcome to Co-Creative Healing Journey. My name is Greta. I am a healer, and this is a love and relationship reading where we are going to be looking at the theme of joyous creativity within the context of relationships. And so, we are talking this week much more clearly about effort and effort in relationships. That sounds really interesting. So I'm going to be bringing through the messages here on YouTube. So excited to see what it's going to be. And over on my Patreon, I will be doing a healing, an intuitive healing as a continuation. So for those of you who are interested in that, I do 2 per week. You can check that out on my Patreon. And also I've started some healing processes that I've written in book form, and you can find that over on Gumroad, and that is also in my description box. So let's get right to it and see what we have. My love, we've got an overall energy of eternal dance, movement, wheel of life, path of least resistance. I love that. Path of least resistance right there. A hidden gift, sadness, and ending, a new beginning. And we've got Enchanted Forest, Mystery, Magic, Excitement. Okay. So, very interesting reading, very much about where you are in life. Now, with this eternal dance, we are getting a message that is talking about relationships in general. And this is Spirit reminding us, as Spirit will in these readings, that relationships are not supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to be difficult. They're not supposed to be straining, stressful, challenging in the sense of difficult, right? They can be challenging in the sense that we grow, we learn, we love, but even that challenge would come through joy. They're not supposed to be challenging in a negative way, in a way that takes love, light, happiness, joy, all of the manifestations of love, take that out of our life, right? Less patience, less openness, less trust, and so on. They're not supposed to be challenging in that way. And when we can align with the essence of what relationships are about, then we come into the space where relationships are an eternal dance and we're following a path of least resistance, which means that we understand that some relationships are, as the saying goes, for a season. Some relationships are there to be short term, some relationships are there to be deep and profound and enduring, and the short term also, or deep, profound, enduring, and then they last a lifetime. Some relationships are intended to be shallow. Some relationships are intended to be toxic in that sense, intended in the sense that because of who we are and because of where they are, only toxicity can unfold. It's those kinds of things. And when we understand the different levels of relationships, then we can experience much more alignment and then flow ensues. Now, a hidden gift is talking about a time in your life at this time when you're watching this video, and also with the readings that have been on the channel so far, there's definitely a shift going on in the sign of the times, in the energy of the times, where we are ending relating on one level and we're starting up a new level. And now it's a hidden gift, because the hidden gift is of course to let go of misaligned relationships, when where there's a dynamics, the stress, there's a strain, there's the challenges, difficult challenges, all of that stuff, to let that go and instead embrace relationships that are elevating, that are nurturing, that are kind, that are generous, that really also just align with who we are and where we're headed in life. Because part of it being a path of least resistance is the match. It's a relationship that suits me, it suits my truth, it suits where I'm going in life, and not in a way of controlling, of like, I work from 9 to 5, so if someone can't meet me from 9 to 5, they're out of my life, or someone can't meet me outside those hours, they're out of my life. It's like, it's not like that. It's not that controlling at that small everyday level. It's much more a matter, again, of what has value, what our intentions are, our truth is, how we choose to lead our lives. And then there's the match, or there isn't. And when there isn't the match and we align with that, we follow a path of least resistance, right? And similarly, when there's the match and we do align with it, we don't fight the match either. There's also a path of least resistance that unfolds. And that experience is one of the enchanted forest, mystery, magic, excitement. And especially Spirit is saying is because what's ahead for you is an exploration of those kinds of relationships and connections. Wherever you are, however good or not your relationships are, you are headed for better, you're headed for improvement. And so there are going to be new dimensions opening up, new kinds of experiences that are going to be coming in, and it's going to feel like there's mystery, magic, and excitement in exploring that on your own for yourself, but also with others. On a basic level, this could be like maybe you're pregnant and then you have your child, and then there's that relationship to your child that is a new realm, a new space of experience. And you may already have children, but then because of who you are now and having this child and who that child is, every time it's a unique bond, right? And it's something you experience at a deeper level. It's like that. It's really beautiful and very, very profound. That's the time that is here for you, that is ahead for you. So let's go deeper. Whenever I see these cards, we're going to talk relationships in a very grounded kind of way. So how are we going to do this right now? We're going to talk first about what you're leaving behind. What you're stepping out of. What is ending, right? A hidden gift and an ending and a new beginning. Because we are talking about effort in relationships, and misaligned relationships are a lot of effort. Misaligned anything is too much effort. Yeah, we have activity. Knight of Wands. Oh, that's sweet. We have the Tower upside down. This activity is sweet. Bless the Tower. Major Arcana number 16, the Tower upside down, destruction. We have got Two of Swords with Crossroads. We have got the Eight of Wands with Travel upside down. Beautiful. And we have got the King of the Ocean, the equivalent of the Emperor, with Order. Ooh, I like that for you. Okay. That's a lot of cards. So that's a lot. Also, the energy you've been in. It's a lot of accommodation and a lot to accommodate. Knight of Wands came through as this very sweet energy. You're someone who across the course of your life has put in a lot of energy into relationships, a lot of activity. You've put in a lot of focus, a lot of time, a lot of resources, and have always, in the grand scheme of things, generally you've intended positive things, good things in those relationships. It's been a very sweet energy that is something that's taking up, a lot of your time, a lot of your focus, a lot of your effort, and a lot of directing yourself towards relationships. You may be someone also who's just had busy life, like being in an environment where there's a lot of people around you. It may not be where you are now, but it would have been for most of your life, right? The thing, for most of your life, it's been in this way. It's like that. It's just been an area where you've put in energy. For some of you, it's also that you've been putting in energy towards having better relationships, going to courses, going to class, doing some healing, doing some inner work, but it's been an activity for you to be in relationships. It can also be, there's lots of different variations. There's also the notion that you've been seeing a lot of people recently, but I do feel like it's just in general a message that whatever your circumstances, you can apply it as you will, but there's a message of it just being a high activity area in your life. Now, with the Tower, something happened that changed that. Wherever you were at this time where you're putting in this good energy, this good faith in relationships and dynamics, there was something that changed it. And so for some of you, I'm seeing like you were in school and then you got bullied and then it changed your notion of relationships and human connection. For some of you, it's something like having a partner being cheated on. There's just this significant disillusionment that took place with regards to relationship. For some of you, it's also your parents, your family. And parents are part of that fundamental foundation that teaches us about relationships, because they're supposed to take care of us, even from the point of view of spirit and what spirit is teaching us. Parents are endowed with a divine mission to care for their children from that perspective, right? And to be the first line of not defense, but the first line of love, to give love as representatives of spirit, because spirit entrusted them with its own child. You're a child of the divine, entrusted to your parents. And for some of us, that did not go well. They did not live up to that task. And that's also part of this fundamental disillusionment, very profound and very, very hurtful. And this can have happened more or less recently. Yeah, frequently or recently. Yeah, for some of you, it's a lot of disappointments, a lot of disillusionments, a lot of betrayals, layered on top of layered, and a very slow kind of loss of trust in people, in connections, and then in relationships in general. And my love, if these messages aren't resonating, then it's not a reading for you, which is okay. But it's very much, spirit is coming through with a very clear message of the past where there was so much enthusiasm and investment in relationships, and then this continual disillusionment, to come into a space and a place where, I like this in crossroads, it's like still an understanding relationships aren't bad, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to go for it. It doesn't mean that I'm going to put myself out there. It doesn't mean that I'm going to invest. It doesn't mean that I'm going to open up. It doesn't mean I'm going to trust, and so on and so forth. So take it as resonates, but there's just this space of crossroads where I'm not abandoning it, but I'm not pursuing it. If it happens, it's fine. If they come along, it's fine. If I meet someone, it's fine. But I'm not going to do more than that. Just sitting it out. And, for some of you, it even goes into maybe you're questioning, are relationships necessary? Are relationships inherently bad? Do I need relationships? But it's either way. There's not a firm decision on that. So spirit is saying it's okay. Fundamentally, what it represents is a kind of timeout when it comes to relationships. Having taken that time out, and in the meantime, you've traveled, you shifted your energy. By taking this time out, by taking this step back, you shifted your own energy. Travel. You took your energy when it comes to relationships to a different space, a different place. Eight of Wands is actually optimistic energy. It's Mercury in Sagittarius. So there is optimism. There is a way of looking towards the future to seek independence, your own way of thinking about something, your own way of moving through it. And with Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, there's this energy also of wishing for that best, hoping for the best, and also gaining the best by making this shift, by applying, developing this kind of perspective. So you, again, may or may not be consciously aware of it because it's upside down, but there's this energy of you having moved when it comes to relationship. You have changed your intentions, and through this process you've purified your intentions so that you don't intend the same things that you did here, where Knight of Wands energy can be kind of reckless, but it's also just kind of unthinking. It's like wanting to be out with people just to be out with people, just very young energy. Also your youthful disposition towards relationships has changed and has evolved into something a lot more mature. King of the Ocean. Order. Order. First things first. And also this energy, of course, that you're not going to tolerate any other little thing. Order is, of course, a higher order principle. Circular logic. But that also comes in here. It's like you've set up a flow, a knowing about yourself and about the world and about relationships that is not going to allow anything lesser to come in. This Emperor is talking about how you've empowered yourself in general in your life, where you've grown and you've evolved, not necessarily only in the area of relationships. It could also be in other areas, pursuing other dreams, your calling, your function, but you've learned to see the world in such a way, to see life in such a way. You've created a conception of order that will not allow the same kinds of ways of relating that you used to have. There's no going back. Even if you can look back, You just look back on it and you're like, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I pursue that? Why did I allow that? Why did I choose that? You're just looking back, and it's coming through very fondly. He's smiling in the picture, and there's the white hair, so there's wisdom around it. It's not like you're judging yourself for the past, but you're definitely over it, and you're definitely beyond it, and you definitely are not seeking the same things. And that's part of the enchanted forest, is that you're now going to get to realize that about yourself as you move forward and as you start relating anew. So we are going to draw some more cards for this new path, this path of least resistance in relationships. Again, with a different kind of effort. What is that going to look like? So we have Knight of Swords with drama. Very interesting. Okay. We have got the Ten of Swords with endings. Oh, okay. Ten of Pentacles with luck. And finally, we have got this Six of Pentacles upside down with generosity. Love it. Okay. Love it. Yeah. Ahead, for some reason or another, you have drama on your path. And with the Ten of Swords, you have endings. And I do feel like the Knight of Swords is talking about the match for this energy. Because that's true that, what's the word? Realistically speaking, you are going to have people, places, and things where you used that still match with this energy, right? So this past and your past way of relating, however it has unfolded, there are still people, and I feel like it's to some extent it's also situations and patterns from your past that were centered in drama that are now going to be coming to an end with this Ten of Swords. And the reason why the Ten of Swords shows up to show the ending is that it's like you realize that, how do I put this? Wow. Spirit is straight up showing me a graveyard. It's not productive. It's not going to grow. It's not going to go anywhere because this person is steeped in drama. And because I was very willing to participate in the drama, maybe also creating the drama, right? We're not pristine, perfect angels. We have our own patterns and our own stuff. But certainly you were putting your energy into their drama. You're looking at them, they're looking away from you. And it's that kind of energy. There's also, for some of you, it's people who are unavailable. And they are unavailable emotionally. They're unavailable in the sense that they're not choosing you. They're not putting energy into you. But also now we're talking about them being energetically unavailable. It's like the two of you are going to be living in different kinds of realities, where the Knight of Wands can match with this energy. The Emperor. The Emperor's still looking to them, but it's like, yeah, I got your number. I know exactly what you're up to. I know your games. I know your hooks. I know how you're trying to play this. I know exactly where this is going to go. Also been there, done that. There's a lot of wisdom. And again, that smile. It's not mad. I'm not mad at you, but I just see you. I see you. And then it's one of those things where when people meet this kind of energy, when this kind of person meets this kind of energy, they tend to look away, move away on their own. It's something they have a lot of trouble with. And I do feel like it's coming up. Now, with this endings, warning. warning, danger. I'm not talking about actual physical danger, of course. I wouldn't be laughing about that or even bringing it up in this reading to so many people. It would be more that there's a message here about when dramatic things end, it can be dramatic. The ending itself can be dramatic. So this is fights, this is betrayal, this is gossip, this is revenge. Those kinds of energies are very clear here. But they're very clear, and you can see in the coloring, it belongs to this person and this kind of energy on this side. This side is kind of that coloring. and with you just being almost like happy-go-lucky within this kind of energy, like do this is fine, I'm gonna be active in this, I'm gonna put my energy into this. And on the other side we have a very different green, more heart-centered energy that's very, very different. There's order, there's travel, there's luck, there's generosity, and that's where you're headed now. So 10 of Pentacles, we have 10 of Swords and 10 of Pentacles. So as much as you are going to probably deal with these kinds of energies of heavy betrayals, and this is a lot of what is called like showdowns, people bringing their grievances. It's not necessarily going to last long because Emperor, you don't need to put energy and time into it, right? If you don't put your effort into it, it's not going to keep growing. If it's just misaligned, you stay in your truth, so you don't have to engage with that. We're going to talk about this a little bit here, but it's going to be part of the energy. And then another part of the energy is precisely to look at the relationships that are wealthy, that are rich, that are bountiful, that are abundant, that are true, that are aligned, that are really serving your highest good. And there's a sense of being lucky, of being blessed with them, right? And either they are already in your life or they're coming, and then you're going to be preparing to receive them, and you're going to be in a space and a place where you have the ability to truly value them. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles showing up, so there's also the notion of a long-term connections, but in the most general sense, a long-term blessing when it comes to relationships, a true relational prosperity that we've talked about in prior readings, but feeling very blessed when it comes to relationships. And so with that, finally, we have the generosity card upside down. And my love, the generosity card is talking about, when it's upside down, is you getting your due. So this is Spirit wanting you to know that all that you've put into relationships in the past was never, ever wasted. You have learned a lot. You've grown, right, into the wisdom of this Emperor. But also fundamentally, it's like you've been showing the universe how you want to be loved, and coming back, it's going to, or going forward, it's going to come back to you, and it's going to bless you, and it's going to feel, mysterious, magical excitement, but it's definitely going to be something that you can pinpoint as being something you gave to yourself. So for example, you can have a new relationship where the other person is incredibly honest and straightforward, and then you realize, oh yeah, I used to have a lot of people around me who lied, where I had to make so much effort myself to be honest and to ask for that honesty for them, and to push it, to have those difficult conversations, and to go into those difficult spaces. And now all of a sudden you have someone who does that effortlessly because it's a part of them and it's part of the alignment that you've created. It's like that. If you have been scrupulously faithful, you're going to find someone who's scrupulously faithful because you yourself have put time and energy. And maybe it wasn't easy at some points to be faithful, to stay faithful, but you did it, and it's going to come back to you, and so on and so forth. Definitely past energy, past work, past patience for some of you, very clearly showing up. Patience, past generosity, past trust, also coming back to you in big ways in the times ahead. So wow, that was a great reading. Very optimistic, very, very optimistic. And I loved looking back at where you've been in relationships and the shift and the transformation that you're really going to be realizing at this time. It is a hidden gift. So for some of you, you may not be realizing it straight away. And that's also the thing with guidance. It's sometimes it just makes sense afterwards, but it's definitely something that's going to be becoming more and more clear to you now in the days and weeks ahead, to be able to look back in ways that apply in your life, of course, to look back to how you were showing up in relationships and giving so much more, and being so much more than you were meeting, and that you necessarily needed to provide, to give, to share, to be. So my love, that was the reading, and we have a takeaway here with Orlan, which says, don't fear pain. Art is an anesthetic. Do you like who you see in your pet petri dish? Become your paradigm. Beautiful. And that's a really good way to put this energy. Become your paradigm. You've just grown. You've evolved. and you're not who you were, and you are not going to be able to relate the way that you used to. You're not going to accept the same things. You're not going to pursue the same things. You're just not going to engage in the same ways when it comes to relationships. And that's something that you need to know about yourself so that you can trust yourself more as you move forward. So this is not necessarily a reading that's saying, hey, become this. It's a reading that's saying, realize that you've become that, and because you've become that, you can trust yourself to approach things in a new way with all the wonderful connections that are here for you and that are on their way to you. So my love, that was the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I am sending you lots of love, wishing you all the best. And if you would like to continue in this energy and with these messages, I'm going to be doing an intuitive healing that is available over on my Patreon. Remember also, I've created books with healing processes all the way also into energy clearing that is like $5, and you can find those over on my Gumroad, and that is all in the description box. Lots of love, and I'll be seeing you around. Bye. May you be blessed always and in always, of course. Bye, love.